It is April 19th, 2017. We're here at 5819 Adelaide Avenue in San Diego, California, 92115. We're here in the crawl space of the house. We can see that the other bathroom is all plastic ABS sewer pipe. As it comes across here, we have a 4-inch clean out, and we have our 4-inch ABS leading up to the original cast iron directly under the other toilet. One small note is that this T-fitting here is out of code. This is the sanitary T, which is laying on its back, which is not permitted. So that vertical pipe coming down is required to go into a combo fitting, which is a long sweep only. We actually started up on the roof and we couldn't complete the inspection because our camera wouldn't make it through that turn or go the opposite way. So that T-fitting, not a big deal, but we just want to mention that it is out of code, was supposed to be a T-fitting like you see right here. So this with the long sweep turn is what that should have been pointing up for this T right here. So we're going to go ahead now and inspect the main sewer line. You can see there's a little bit of debris in the line right here from toilet being flushed, and kind of just sticking in the line right there from that T and a little bit of the glue fitting. So we're going to go ahead and push through that. So this is all ABS pipe here that we're running through that's replaced in the crawl space. Here's a 2-inch T-fitting right here that's picking up the shower or bathtub for this other bathroom. And then as we continue down the line, it's going to continue to be ABS for about another 8 to 10 feet, and then we're going to see in the crawl space we can see it transitions into the dirt, so it's probably going to change back over to cast iron pipe. Okay, and sure enough, here we go. You can see there's a clean transition. We are now in 4-inch cast iron pipe. This is the original pipe that was put in when the house was built. It is all clean right here so far with very little deposits or buildup in scale. So it's looking good right here so far. You're going to see little tiny pockets and pools of water. Sometimes it's because of something like this. You see a paper towel or a wipe that's flushed down the line, or there's going to be a little bit of deposits, and those little undulations that build up of scale on the pipe will cause a little bit of water to be held in the line. Okay, overall the cast iron is still completely functional with no issues right now. Here we have a banded hub junction. That's what that black rubber piece kind of is. I'm going to back up for a second here just to see if there was a clean out T-junction. Didn't notice one. We're making a turn right here, headed downhill a little bit more. See, we've got another little paper towel or a heavy-duty wipe that somebody flushed down the line. So again, none of the wipes that even say flushable are recommended to put down the sewer line. They don't dissolve and break apart like toilet paper, so they will snag on the line and over time could lead to stoppages. So right now we've transitioned from the cast iron into concrete clay pipe. We have the possibility of a small root intrusion right there. We're going to go ahead, and it's on the turn so it's a little difficult to see. We're going to go ahead and keep pushing forward, and we're going to come back with another camera or a centering guide. So you can see a little bit of root intrusions there on the top wall of the pipe right there growing. See that little fine roots right there. So it does look like this piece as we come back right here, again right at the turn and the transition, that appears to be some roots. We're going to take a photo of that, and we'll locate that out in the front yard. Not very large right now, not anything that would require hydrojetting or snaking at this point, but always could grow and become worse over time, of course. We have a little bit of roots growing on the top wall of the pipe right there. There's a hub right here, so they're probably growing in from this hub you see right here where two pieces of pipe come together. So we're going to take another photo of this. I'll continue down the line. See a little bit of roots on the right hand side right there, it appears, real tiny ones. That's also at a hub connection, or right before it. So clay and concrete pipe comes in very short lengths, and so that's why you'll see these hub connections where two pieces of piping are coming together much more often than plastic and cast iron would. That one looks clean. Little bug right there in the line. And over that hub. A bunch of bugs hanging out there, and this is right before we dump into the city line. So you can see this is the end of the line right here. We're barely about 75 feet out, a little under, and this is the end of the line. So the line overall is in good functioning condition. We do have the very small root intrusions in the line. Those can be maintained with a foaming chemical that can be put down the pipe annually to keep those from growing larger and ever causing an issue. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and pull back on the camera, and we're going to go ahead and pull back to the root intrusions that we found and locate those on the property just so we know how deep they are and where they're at. So this is one little small area here right before this hub that looks like it might be a small intrusion on the upper right hand side. Take one small photo of that as well. So it's hard to say exactly if that is a real tiny one that's beginning, but we will go ahead and locate this one first. So we're going to pause the recording. Okay, we've gone ahead and located that real tiny, what appears to be a root intrusion on the upper right hand side right there of the screen. It's about 3.5 feet from the curb into the street. We've denoted it with a small green paint dot. It appears to be a little over 8 to 9 feet deep, we're going to double check that depth when we go ahead and pull back to the next intrusion here. So here's the next intrusion. You can see those roots growing on the top wall of the pipe. This was, I believe, our second intrusion of the three. So we're going to push forward a little bit to get underneath them. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause the video again to locate these. Okay, so we've gone ahead and located this small intrusion. This is also just about a foot past the curb under the street. Again, very small, fine roots, nothing that needs to be serviced or hydrojetted or cleaned up right now. Go ahead and continue to pull back, and again, that's the transition already to the cast. So right as we push forward again, this was that other intrusion, just barely back from this next one, so it's a foot or so behind here. And that's at the transition hub from where the cast iron ends. So that intrusion right there, we're going to go ahead and pause and locate this as well. Okay, we have gone ahead and located this intrusion. Again, it's right before the other one. So this is literally just past the curb into the street. So all three are under the street. We did double check the depth on this in the second, and it is over 7 feet deep here and almost to 8 feet the next one. So the depth was correct reading. The pipe is just going very deep at a hard angle. And so again, right now this line is completely functional. It doesn't require any repairs. It's common, unfortunately, for the type of fittings that are used in this clay concrete pipe to join together that roots get in there. They're very susceptible, just a rubber boot. However, again, these roots are very small right now. They can be maintained with a foaming root killing chemical. They can be provided by a plumber, or a homeowner can purchase from Lowe's or Home Depot. It's called Robic Foaming Root Killer. A 1 pound bottle will treat 25 feet of pipe. Can be flushed down the toilet or with a funnel pushed down through the clean out that's in the crawl space. 3 bottles would be recommended for the distance that this is out to properly get down to that distance to treat the line. So again, about $60 if a homeowner does it himself. Otherwise, you'll pay for a service call for a plumber. And again, that is recommended to be done every 12 months and that will keep the roots from growing back up into the line and getting worse to the point that it would ever cause a clog or anything like that. So it's preventive maintenance essentially. Other than that, nothing else is required on this system. That concludes this recording.